What is up, YouTube? This is Smitty again. Hey, I just want to start off this video by saying that I am natural, and this IR gains has nothing to do with taking steroids, not even TRT. And I used to run about 30 miles a week. I have an idea about what it takes to get to the next level naturally, right? And so one of the things that I think I see a lot that's going on in the fitness industry, people talk about meal timing, right? So basically, you boil it down to this. There are certain foods that are good for recovery. There are certain foods that are good for performance, and they're not necessarily going to be the same foods all the time. That's one thing. Second thing is B-complex vitamins. B-complex vitamins are coenzymes for protein, fats, and carbs. Third thing I want to say is that I see a lot of people indecisive about creatine. Rather than being indecisive about creatine, I think you should realize that creatine is important in the body and what creatine is. And so this is what this video is about. I just learned that creatine has benefits to the brain that is directly associated with brain function. And so I asked my friendly chat, TTP Enabled app, to discuss why taking creatine might be good for the brain. Cite relevant sources in MLA format. So according to recent research, creatine supplementation could be beneficial for brain health and cognitive function. Creatine is an amino acid-like compound that is naturally produced in the body and is involved in energy metabolism, particularly in the brain. Several studies suggest that creatine supplementation may have neuroprotective effects and improve cognitive function in certain populations. One study published in the journal Psychopharmacology found that creatine supplementation improved cognitive performance in helping young adults, particularly in tasks that require organ memory and intelligence. Another study published in the Journal of Neuroscience Letters found that creatine supplementation improved cognitive function in older adults with mild cognitive impairment. These potential neuroprotective effects of creatine supplementation have also been studied in animal models and neurodegenerative diseases. One study published in the journal Experimental Neurology found that creatine supplementation protected against brain damage and improved motor function in a mouse model of Huntington's disease. While more research is needed to fully understand the potential benefits of creatine for the brain, these initial studies suggest that creatine supplementation may have promising applications in improving cognitive function and protecting against neurodegenerative diseases. Now, it says here, all from the study, it says creatine is an amino acid-like compound that is naturally produced in the body and is involved in energy metabolism. So I went on to ask my chat TTP-enabled app to describe how creatine is naturally produced in the body. Cite relevant sources in the MLA format. Now, I can imagine if you're B-complex vitamin deficient in any one of the B-complex vitamins, you may have issues with producing creatine. Creatine is an amino acid-like compound that is naturally produced in the body, primarily in the liver and kidneys. According to a review article published in the Journal of Nutrients, creatine is synthesized from 3 amino acids: arginine, glycine, and methionine. Now, I'm going to talk about arginine, glycine, and methionine later on in the video. The synthesis of creatine occurs in 2 steps. First, arginine and glycine are combined to form guanylyl acetate, which is then methylated by S-adenosylmethionine to form creatine. Creatine is converted to phosphocreatine, which can then be used to rapidly generate ATP, the primary energy source for muscle contraction. We went through this and we understand that creatine is used for energy. Now, B-complex vitamins help you metabolize food into energy, or help you convert food into energy, right? They're coenzymes, and if you're deficient in any of them, your body's going to have to go a long way around to make energy. So the next question I asked my friendly ChatGPT-enabled app is to describe arginine. Arginine is an amino acid that is naturally produced in the body and is involved in several physiological processes, including protein synthesis, wound healing, and immune function. According to a review article published in the journal Amino Acids, arginine is synthesized in the body through a complex metabolic pathway that involves several enzymes and intermediate compounds. Describe glycine and how it's naturally produced in the body. So next question, cite relevant sources in the format. My friendly ChatGPT-enabled app responded with glycine is an amino acid that is naturally produced in the body and is involved in several physiological processes, including protein synthesis, neurotransmitter function, and detoxification. According to a review article published in the journal Amino Acids, glycine is synthesized in the body through a complex metabolic pathway that involves several enzymes and intermediate compounds. That one's from 2004. And on to methionine. Describe methionine and how it is naturally produced in the body is the question I posed to my friendly ChatGPT enable that Koala AI, and I asked Koala AI to cite relevant sources in MLA format. And methionine is an essential amino acid that is naturally produced in the body and is involved in several physiological processes, including protein synthesis, methylation reactions, and antioxidant defense. According to a review article published in the journal Amino Acids, methionine is synthesized in the body through a complex metabolic pathway that involves several enzymes and intermediate compounds. The first step in methionine synthesis is the conversion of homocysteine to cysteine, which is catalyzed by the enzyme cystathionine beta synthase. The amount of methionine synthesized in the body is influenced by several factors, including dietary intake, exercise, and hormone status, B-complex vitamins. And B-complex vitamins play a crucial role surrounding homocysteine in the body. And so, wow, I didn't know that. I ran across that through this little series of steps. Methionine, glycine, and arginine are very important compounds for the production in how your body produces creatine. I will add this one thing before in this video. There is much more going on because it takes, in many of these reactions, energy can be a catalyst, or the type of energy can be a catalyst in having a certain type of outcome. And when you have that much, those three things that need enzymes and have intermediate steps to produce creatine, there's much more going on in the body naturally than if you just supplement with creatine. See what I'm saying? So there's much more beneficial thing going on, in my opinion, that you can focus on other than taking creatine. I will say, though, that sometimes when you have all those bases covered and you take creatine, you'll have an elevated effect of performance. But I will say that most people aren't even covering the bases before they even try to go for a Grand Slam. Anyway, that's it for this video. It's been a long video. Thank you for sticking around. If you want help reaching your fitness goals, seek a fitness professional. If you want help from me, there's resources in this video, on this YouTube channel, and at irgains.com. I'm Smitty. I hope you reach your fitness goals, and I'll talk to you next time.